welcome back to round two, and this is going to be my very, very short October book haul. So, I have like 6 books right beside me, and let's see what I got. So, if you have seen my book hauls, I usually start with what I purchase online and what I got at Barnes & Noble. So I have 2 books that I purchased online, and the other 4 are from Barnes & Noble. Let's get started. The first book I want to show off is Fresh Hell, Autumn Crow High, #1 by Cameron Cheney. And Cameron Cheney is a booktuber that focuses mostly on horror and YA horror as well. So he also runs Library Macabre. You see that right there. And he's a really cool dude. And when I heard that this was coming out, I had to get it. So this is about, I'm just going to read the back. He's the boy of her dreams. School is back in session at Autumn Crow High. Will the class of 1994 survive long enough to graduate? Or will the cursed town of Autumn Crow devour them all? Bailey Hagen is plagued by nightmares, blood-soaked visions of a boy seemingly from another time. He's so handsome, so dark, so deadly. When Bailey returns to school in the fall, she is horrified to learn that the boy from her dream is real and is attending Autumn Crow High. Are Bailey's dreams a warning, some kind of premonition? Or has the boy truly escaped her nightmares? Only time and murder will tell. The Autumn Crow High series, author Cameron Cheney takes you back to a town where every night is Halloween, while paying tribute to the young adult horror boom of the 90s. So, this one definitely sounds up my alley, and this dude like literally knows Goosebumps and Fear Street, point horror, and this is literally his take on those popular horror books of the 90s. So I definitely can't wait to read it. And this is really, really sick looking, because it like literally looks like a novel from the 90s. So yeah. This is awesome, and I do appreciate Cameron Cheney being an awesome dude. Fresh Hell by Cameron Cheney. And the next book I got was from Thrift Books. And this is a prized possession. This is Clive Barker's Books of Blood, volumes 4 through 6. And I do own volumes 1 through 3. So I was looking for this particular book at a good price. It was only about like 23 books. So I just jumped on it. So some of the stories in here include Book 4 has The Body Politic, The Inhuman Condition, Revelations, Down Satan, The Age of Desire. Volume 5 includes The Forbidden, The Madonna, Babel's Children, and In the Flesh. The Forbidden is the premise of Candyman. So that was one reason why I wanted this book. So that's volume 4. And volume 6 includes The Life of Death, How Spoilers Bleed, Twilight at the Towers, The Last Illusion, The Book of Blood, a postscript on Jerusalem Street. And just a bunch of short stories. My edition was published in 1985, but I think this one was published in 1988. So yeah, obviously used, but I'm definitely hoping to get back into Clive Barker very soon. So 6 volumes of his short stories. Books of Blood, volumes 4 through 6. And the final 4 are from Barnes & Noble. So let's see what I got. This one was a steal as well. This is Let's Go Play at the Adams by Mendel W. Johnson. And this is a Paperbacks from Hell edition. I'm actually going to go ahead and pick out Paperbacks from Hell to see where I can actually find this. So give me a sec. So Grady Hendrix is on the mission to republish a lot of these books and bring them back in print. And obviously this was one of them. So I'm going to read the back of this. They're just kids. It's only a game. That's what Barbara, a lovely 20-year-old babysitter, told herself when she awoke bound and gagged. But the knots were right and painful, and the children would not let her go. They're just kids, it's only a game, she told herself again. But the terror was real and deadly. Let's go play at the Adams. So I'm okay. So that's the back, and this is the front, and this is as close as you're going to get from an actual edition from the 70s. So I thought it was a really cool find. Now, this is the only Paperbacks from Hell that I picked up on my trip to Barnes & Noble this month, but I did see a couple more that I might have an interest in. So you might see more Paperbacks from Hell on here. But this is the first one. Yeah. And I have a feeling that this is going to be pretty disturbing as well. And this was actually published in 1974. So moving on to my hardcover new editions. The first book I want to show off is Out There Screaming, an anthology of new black horror, edited by Jordan Peele. And it's an anthology of horror fiction written by black authors. There are people in here that include Aaron E. Adams, Violet Allen, Leslie Nanika Arama, Maurice Broadus, Chelsea Burke, P. Jelly Clark, Ezra Clayton Daniels, Tananarive Dew, which I have heard of. Nalo Hopkinson, N.K. Jemisin, which I've heard of. Justin C. Key, L.D. Lewis, Nadedi Okorafor, Toshi Oniyebuchi, Rebecca Roanhorse, I've heard of her. Nicole D. Scorniers, Ryan Amilcar Scott, Terrence Taylor, and Cadwell Turnbull. So yeah, just a bunch of short stories in here. And I am interested in anthologies, so this one might work for me. Out There Screaming by Black authors. 2 more. This next one is called Whale Fall by Daniel Kraus. And this, I believe, is a deep sea thriller. And it features like a diver who gets swallowed by a sperm whale. And he fights to survive. So, pretty straight and to the point. This one sounded pretty good, so I picked it up. Whale Fall. And the final book is going to be Black River Orchard by Chuck Wendig. And he's the author of Wanderers, Wayward, and the Book of Accidents. And this book sounded very intriguing. It's a big boy, but this is about like a Midwestern town by the name of Harrow. It goes under some kind of curse where like a mysterious orchard appears and the apples grant wishes or something. It sounded very interesting, and I definitely do want to get into Chuck Wendig, but he writes big books. Help me. This is like 616 pages, I believe. Uh, 620. But, yeah. Sounded interesting, and I definitely can't wait to read it. So, those were the books that I purchased in October, and it's all pretty much horror and a deep sea survival thriller. So, yeah. And that is it for my October book haul. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I have one more video that I do want to film tonight, and that's going to be my Exorcist book review. I'll see you in a minute for that, and keep reading, and let me know what you think about these books that I showed off. Adios. Peace.